Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, theys and thems, even dogs and cats, it's time for Toppat Tomfoolery Q&A Part 3! This time you ask the cast and the characters both questions, and it's time to hear their answers. Here we go, folks! To fuck, how did you get your crystal balls?
Well, to keep a long story short, I went on my magical flying lesbian carpet, better known as my car, and I rode it all the way to the magical home goods store, better known as Home Goods, and I went inside, and there, inside I saw the magical flying goblin store clerk, better known as a white boy, 14 years old looking probably, and I asked him, "Where do you keep your magical crystal balls?" And he said,
"In the bag, sir."
And I was like, "Okay." Then I went to go buy them, went to the cashier and bought them, and then I went home. That's how I got the crystal balls. How else did you think I fucking get it? Fucking idiot.
To Man-Eater, any bowler hats you secretly want to eat, and why?
Ooh, good question. I always wondered if cheddar actually tasted like cheese.
To Reginald and Right-Hand Man, are y'all dead-ass a thing, or was that scene a joke? I can't tell!
We're humans, not things. Things are inanimate objects.
Yeah, things are inanimate objects. Reggie and I got penises, so we're not objects. Don't ask how I know Reggie has a penis.
To Jeffrey, who dirties the lounge the most?
Now that's Siggy. He leaves his weed seeds all over the counter. Nasty ass. I leave my own kind of seed on the counter, though.
To X-Man, do you use Axe body spray?
What's that?
It's a brand of cologne!
What's that?
To Candace Dick Fit in Your Mouth Cotton, do you have a Terrence Shrine or a Terrence body pillow?
What? No, of course not.
Who the fuck told you?
To Reginald, do you carry a pocket watch?
Do I carry a pocket watch? Why do you want to know? What's so interesting about me carrying a pocket watch, huh? You trying to gather my secrets? You trying to conspire against me? You trying to figure out everything about me so you can overtake the Toppat clan? Yes, I do carry a pocket watch. Thank you for asking.
To Kurt, when was the first time you had Burtis Burgers? Tell me the story!
Well, when I finally reached my teens, my mom and dad sat me and my younger brother down and told me about the burger and the bun. That's really it.
To Big Mac, how did you get your name?
Nah, Richie's mama was really poor before she gave me away to Queen Nickel Top, so she used Big Mac wrappers as a diaper. I really didn't have a name, so yeah, I became Big Mac.
To Outing, is there a reason why Roger needs a boner to teleport? If so, why?
I have absolutely no idea. That's all him. I had nothing to do with that side effect.
To Roger, roast me!
You're not worth it.
To the OG bowler hats, why did you join the bowler hat gang? What was your life like before joining?
I worked selling Burtis burgers at a food truck. I was Dr. Outing's assistant for a few weeks for college credit. I got my master's in science education. How I ended up here is a story for another time.
Jeez. Wait, how long were we in this gang for anyways?
Not for long.
To Reginald, if you were to give your leadership to anyone, who would it be?
I mean, this is kind of like cheating, but I mean, it's gotta be right-hand man. Like, he's my right-hand man. Like, who the fuck else would I give it to? I mean, maybe Sven. I mean, he's pretty good with leadership, but I mean, come on.
To Right-Hand Man, why do you barely appear? You're a main character in the original Henry Stickmin series.
Gee, I don't know. Maybe I take my job serious, unlike these other idiots fooling around.
To Material Girl, I noticed that your accent changes up a bit. Sometimes you sound like your family, other times you sound more like a valley girl. Is there a reason why?
Duh. I'm an undercover spy. I can do tons of accents.
To Reginald, are you aware your cool big brother fucking shot your father?
Ah, real funny. Why would the creator of the show revive him just to kill him off? That's so stupid.
To Reginald, if you get to have a pet, would you want a dog or a cat as your companion?
I do like dogs. but I also love pussy, especially your mother.
To Candy, what was the reason why you dyed your hair pink?
My sister died. I wanted to remember her somehow.
To Todd, if you met your clone, what is the first thing you would do?
Oh, I'd kill him for sure.
To Clone Todd, if you met the real Todd, what is the first thing you would do?
I'd probably kill him.
To Jack Dugan, what's your favorite kind of gun?
Ooh, I love the P90X Nerf gun. I can shoot up to 90 feet. It's there for nothing.
To Big Mac, are you built different?
Yeah.
To Cool Joe, how are you so cool?
Step 1. If you want to be cool like me, you need glasses. Really cool glasses. Step 2. Get a cool hat or get some cool hair. And get a cool talk show.
To the judge, why do you sound like a dying old man?
I sound like I'm dying because I'm old, bitch!
To Jeffrey, have you ever been in a relationship?
Yeah, I had an ex once. She left because I kept asking for feet pics. Feet.
To Sven, where do you keep all your body pillows?
I'm not entirely comfortable with sharing that information. Mostly because of my dignity. Actually, I don't have any of that either. But, you know, I'd rather keep that personal.
To Roger, do you have to curl your mustache or some shit? Or is it always just like that?
My mustache is all natural and a gift from the heavens. But yes, I must curl it every 5 hours or else bad things will happen. Hello, I'm Dennis Likes Jazz, aka Dennis Rogers, and I am the creator and writer and editor and producer and voice actor of this show. And I voice a bunch of characters from Right Hand Man to Jeffrey to Slice to Roger, Kurt,
Cheddar,
Swede, just a bunch of bowler hats, but I couldn't even fit them on the screen because I voiced so many characters. So yeah, all those guys plus bowler hats on the screen, so yeah.
Hey, I'm McBoa, and I voice Reginald, Sven, and a whole lot of other people in this show.
Hey, I'm Owen. I'm Dennis's best friend, and I voice fucking bitch, and Reynaldo Copperbottom, and Radio Gaga, and you know, the fucking assholes.
Hello, I am That One Taco Guy VA. Also, I voice Terrence and Gastro and Jack Dugan and Mr. Macbeth, as well as one other person that I totally forgot.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Thunderlegs, or also known as Hated Productions, and I voice Dr. Outing and Bolad.
Hello, everyone. I am Jermaine_Namikaze, and I voice Blade, Big Mac, Cool Joe, aka Mr. Cool, and the Judge. Oh, and the fast food freaks, and probably just some random background characters.
Hi, I'm McMullen00, and I voice Ragnar, the god of space and time, as well as Tiberius, the freaking cannibal, and many other characters that you may have seen throughout the series.
Hi, my name's Cullen. You also know me as your pal Coin. I am the voice of Cosmo and Jar Sphinx. I'm also the composer to the ins and outs of Dr. Outing theme and other musical compositions made for the Toppat Tomfoolery series and all its many spin-offs.
Hello, hello! My name is Malia Arel. I use they, them pronouns, and I voice a good handful of characters in Toppat Tomfoolery, such as Trish in the Ins and Outs with Dr. Outing, Sonova in the Book of Sven, and Queen in Raspberry Beret and Aline, and of course, my girl, Maneater, in Bola Hat Baloney. And I'm super honored to be here. This is my first time doing a Q&A as a voice actor, and with such an amazing and talented cast and crew such as this. I'm super honored and I can't wait.
Hello everyone, my name is Mystique. I'm a 24-year-old voice actor, and I am the voice behind Trinity Outing, Ellie Rose, Cool Katie, and Material Girl.
E-I-E-I-O. I love big fat balls in my mouth. Also, your mom. She's my mom. I banged her mom. Oh, whoa.
Question for all voice actors. What is your favorite character to voice act?
My favorite characters to voice are definitely Roger, because he's just so amazing, and maybe a little bit of Jeffrey. However, Jeffrey does strain my voice, especially when I keep doing it.
My favorite character to voice act is probably either... Actually, no, it's Jay Torn. I think Jay Torn is my favorite, because I created him, and... I don't know. Whenever I get to see him in the story and get to see him do some badass stuff, it makes me happy. I enjoy doing this character.
I like fucking bitch in terms of voicing. It's just easy to do. It's just, you go a little deep and you sound a little stupid, just get a little loopy. You get a little sugar in me and you start getting a little loopy, you see. Put a little caffeine. Oh no! It's the nuclear holocaust!
My favorite character to voice is definitely Cosmo because he's a total bitch and I live for it.
Oh no, don't do this to me! Oh shit, I need to send my two first. Alright. Oh god. Within Toppat Tomfoolery, my favorite character to voice act, I think it's between Trish from The Ins and Outs with Dr. Outing and Maneater from Bullet Hat Baloney. Both characters are so much fun. That's the thing that they have in common. When it comes to Trish I think was my first ever involvement with Toppat Tomfoolery, and I vividly remember getting lines for her and then just having a blast. Like, sincerely, one of my favorite voiceover sessions ever was doing Trish. And then on the same side, different coin, I've been doing Maneater consistently as a reoccurring character for a while now. And I love how her voice has changed and how I've grown closer to her because of it. And how she's just, oh god. But also, considering characters outside of Toppat Tomfoolery, there is a character, Katrina, from the web series Amberjack. She has not seen the light of day yet, but what lines I have recorded for her have always been so much fun. That is the thing that these three have in common. Every time I sit down to voice act for one of those three, I just have fun. They make me look forward to voiceover. Oh, shit. Don't make me choose between those three, because those are my final answers. Trish, Maneater, and Katrina are my favorite characters to voice act. As of now. The future holds whatever.
My favorite character to voice act would probably be Trinity. I honestly have a soft spot for her because she was the first character I was casted for in the show, and I just love her. I love her characterization, I love her relationship with her father, and I love how she's getting a more prominent role in the show, and I'm looking forward to voicing her more.
Honestly, my favorite characters to voice act are Big Joe. I said, what the Big Joe? Honestly, my favorite characters to voice act are Cool Joe and Big Mac. I like them both equally, and I just like the energy that they give off, the voices, and they're pretty fun.
I like Gopher, because he's stupid. A lot like me.
I'm Gopher.
Dennis, if you could recast some Bullet Hat Baloney characters with well-established professional VAs, what would be your dream casting?
I would cast Roger as Mr. Lawrence, the voice of Plankton, Swede as Robin Atkin Downs, the voice of the medic, Franklin Cheddar, Matt Hill, the voice of Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy, Kurt Burtis would be voiced by Neil Patrick Harris, a former voice of Spider-Man, Gregory would be voiced by Andy Serkis, the voice of Gollum in Lord of the Rings, Hangin' Tough would be voiced by Bob Jens, aka Robert Bobby Jenkins, who is the voice of Grapefruit in The Annoying Orange, and Rebel Yell would be voiced by David Hayter, who is the voice of Solid Snake. Purple Rain would be voiced by Lucian Dodge, who is the voice of Hifumi Yamada in Danganronpa. Karma Chameleon would be voiced by Kyle Hebert, the voice of Ryu. Tainted Love would be voiced by Sam Vincent, the voice of Double D from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Jack Stick-Eye would be definitely voiced by Jacksepticeye, and yes, he is a voice actor. He is in a few different projects, actually. Now this one's a little bit of a stretch. Bolad and Axeman would be voiced by Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel from WWE, who I was inspired by to make those characters. And Tiberius would be voiced by Robbie Damon because of Akechi's crazy, psychotic meltdown. Material Girl would be voiced by Tabitha St. Germain, who is the voice of Cutie Pie Koopa from the original Super Mario Bros. Animated series. And Maneater would be voiced by Tara Strong, the very talented voice actress.
All voice actors, since playing your characters, how has your voice for them changed over time, if at all?
I try to stay as frequent as possible with the voices. One is Snowcap for sure. Snowcap sounded a lot like Slice.
Like, I made Snowcap sound like this initially, and now he sounds more like this. So, yeah, I definitely think Snowcap.
So I think the big two are definitely Reggie and Sven, for sure, because Reggie, I was a complete noob voice actor. Reggie was my first voice ever, that I ever did, as far as voice acting. And Dennis knows, he probably has footage of it, of when I first did Sven. It is god-awful. And both of those have just changed over time because I have changed over time, physically and mentally, so, you know. It's mostly, like, they're still the same character at their core. It's just, like, you know, maybe certain inflections about how I say things, you know, change over time.
For fucking bitch, I guess it would be just, like, maybe I just, like, I don't know. The pitch probably changed a little bit because my voice has gotten deeper in the past couple of years, but, yeah, that's about it. Thank you, fucking bitch!
I definitely know that my voice has changed. Since I started doing outing, I used to be a lot more high-pitched with it, but over time, I've learned how to kind of lower my voice and make it a little more gravelly than it used to be.
Well, the longest role I've actually had has been Ragnar, so he's the only one that's really had any change. I think with him, his voice is very similar to another character I play, but I try and make his character sound a little bit more raspy and deeper every time I play him, because as a godly figure, he kind of has that presence about him. So I tried to change his voice to be a little more deeper and more raspy. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say it's changed. I have definitely gotten more confident as the season with Cosmo progressed. When I voiced Jarsh Finks, in the first few episodes, I had actually completely lost my voice, so my voice was totally shot throughout all of that.
Okay, I'm gonna be for real with y'all. I asked this question because I love, like, stripping down the inner workings of a voice actor and how time changes a voice or whatever. But considering, I'll talk about Maneater because I think that her voice for me has changed the most with time. She started off with a little more manic and a little higher pitch, and it wasn't because I couldn't consistently do that voice. I think I just, unfortunately, when I sent those lines and as I continued doing those lines, I was like, this doesn't feel like Maneater. And at any point, anyone directing me could have said, hey, please go back to that voice. But they allowed me some creative liberty with finding Maneater's voice. And I would say now that it's a bit more consistent, that she's lower, she's a bit more gravelly, that she's more, not closer to the ground, but manic in her own sense. And I love it. And, you know, her voice might change again. It might stay like this forever. Characters are fluid and voice actors are fluid as well. So, who knows? But I personally enjoy the change that I've made. And if you prefer her earlier voice in earlier episodes, that's so cool. And I actually love that so much. But yeah, I enjoy the development that I've made for Maneater, and I hope that she continues to grow as a character and also as a role for me personally.
I'd say that my voice has definitely changed over time while playing my characters, and that's especially true for Trinity and Material Girl. I was initially a recast. I came in, I believe, on the Wheel of Fortune episode, and the voice I gave Trinity was much more monotone than it is now. As for Material Girl, you could tell her voice is a little bit higher in pitch in later episodes, and I think I like it better that way.
Honestly, the only voice that has changed for my character, or any of my characters, is Cool Joe. It was slightly different before, which I do like, but the energy and the vibe that I give off now when I do the character is kind of perfect. So I will take that, even if it is similar to Blade, because I really thought Blade was going to be a one episode kind of thing. But, you know.
I have no clue.
To Hayden and Dennis, did y'all make the 3D models of Reginald and Right-Hand Man shown in the Season 5 intro?
We actually did not make them. We had someone else who made them. And unfortunately, you won't be seeing any new ones anytime soon because this guy is not the most reliable guy to work with. So, don't expect any more in the future.
Yeah, what he said.
To all voice actors, what's your favorite episode or season?
It's gotta be Now We Wait, where Sven and Jeffrey go to the mall, and everybody's just got the day off. I think that episode is absolutely perfect. I also just love all of season 2. I'm very proud of how I did that. I'm also very proud of season 6. And, I mean, in Toppat Tomfoolery, those are my favorite. But I'm really, really proud of every single episode of Bola Hat Baloney. I adore it. I think me having complete creative freedom and just dicking around, there's no, like, lore-heavy basis that I have to go off of. There isn't, like, any previous existence of a clan like Top Hat Clan had. I control the entirety of Bola Hat Baloney. I created those characters. I have complete creative freedom, and that's why I enjoy Bola Hat Baloney. So all of Bola Hat Baloney is my favorite.
Favorite season? Like, I wouldn't say favorite. I have a favorite episode because I think a lot of episodes have their own great qualities that kind of make them all unique. Well, not all of them. Like my favorite episodes have things that make them unique. But if I had a favorite season, it would either be season 2 or season 6, because obviously you can see that comedic roots are throughout all the seasons pretty much. I don't think there's any season of the show that doesn't have some good, like, you know, rib ticklers or whatever. But season 2 and season 6, for me, what separated them was that they had, like, the best story in them as well. Mixed with comedy, they had the best story out of all the seasons. And maybe that's just my opinion. I think they stood out the most in that area.
Season 2's good. I like that one. That one's pretty good.
My favorite season might have to be season 3 or 5, or probably 3.
Alright, favorite episode or season? I probably have to say, super specific, season 5, episode 5, Better in Numbers, because obviously that is when Ragnar stops. I forget the two people's names, it's been so long since I've gone back and watched the show. But he basically stops all that's going on before they blow up the universe or whatever. He has this whole spiel, and then I think it's Professor Fuck is his name. Professor Fuck sacrifices himself. I really enjoyed those lines. I felt like my character had an actual prominent role in this big series, and since my character is not very he's not very open in this universe and not very present as some characters are, but I feel like in this moment he had a very good and prominent moment within the series. So I really enjoyed that episode.
Ooh! Oh, this one's a fun question. Okay. So, when it comes to Top Hat Tomfoolery overall, I would say the ins and outs with Dr. Outing, episode 3 Trish ending, because it's all about me. No, but because I had so much fun recording that, I can't emphasize how much fun Trish was as a character. But also it's interesting to see that, and then, like, wow, my mic peaked, there's background noise, I totally flubbed that line and they just kept that in. Like, it's interesting to see that I'm still very proud of that performance, even though I've done, like, better things since then. And also, the ins and outs with Dr. Outing was just such a fun series overall. I fucking love the ins and outs with Dr. Outing. But if we're talking about Bola Hat Baloney, it would be Bologna-ween Halloween Spooktacular, because that was a super fun episode. I love my girl Maneater, and just, it was very fun seeing all these characters interact like this. I don't know, man. There's so many hidden gems within each series, each episode, each season. Oh man, it's hard to pick a favorite, but there's just so much content. I love Top Hat Tomfoolery. Oh my god.
I gotta say, I think the One Piece episodes were really great. Now, I have not seen the anime, so I don't know a lot about One Piece. But I do know that it was really fun to record, and I think it turned out really great and really fun. I also really enjoyed the ins and outs with Dr. Outing. Now, Dr. Outing is one of my favorite characters. I will say that time and time again. And I loved looking into his past. I think it gave him a lot of characterization.
Well, of course I'm going to be biased here with my characters, because there's a lot of cool moments in Top Hat Tomfoolery. But if I had to give, like, a personal, like, favorite, I'm going to just go with these two. Number 1, Big Mac popping out of the bag at McDonald's and going, yo. And secondly, when Cool Joe pulled up to save his homies and, you know, he got a kill. That was a pretty good one too.
I like the episode where Jeffrey goes all Goro and Catch Me mode. That's pretty cool.
To coin, what software do you use to produce the original OPs?
The software I use to record is FL Studio 20. and to be fair, most of it I'm kind of learning how to use it. So that's why I really want to redo my first Dr. Outing theme, but with proper drums and all that stuff, because a lot of it I didn't even realize how to change up the drum sound, so they're not just the standard 808s. And still to this day, when you hear me make themes, a lot of it is kind of just me screwing around an hour and seeing what sticks.
To all VAs, is voiceover something you would seriously like to pursue? Or is it more of a fun hobby?
My dream is to become a voice actor. It's my lifelong dream, and God has given me this talent of impersonation, and I want to use it more than just impersonating. I want to actually be a voice actor. I want to be in movies, I want to be in anime, I want to be in cartoons, I want to be in video games, I want to be in all sorts of media. Hell, I'll even be in a freaking Pizza Hut commercial if you want me enough. I love pizza, so do it right now. Anyway, I just think, my lifelong purpose is, and the end goal would be, me at a convention, at a Comic-Con, and have someone come up to me and say, you inspired me to voice act. I think those words alone, if I ever hear them, I'll be complete. My life is complete. I can die happy.
It definitely started out as a fun hobby, being a voice actor, but, over time, I've definitely become very interested in it. And whether it's voice acting or theater acting, screen acting, whatever it is, I know for sure it's going to be a big part of my life. I'm going to college soon, and I'm going to be going for a performing arts degree, so it's hard to really say that I'm not going to go for something like that.
Neither. I just do it because my friend wants me to. Do you believe this guy Dennis fucking likes ass? This fucking ass sucker. This fucking...
At this point in time, voiceover work is definitely more of a hobby than it is something I want to pursue. I do enjoy it, but I have other priorities.
So for me personally, it's more of a two-way thing. On one hand, I really want to be able to voice act, and on the other hand, I want to do my dream job as well as do YouTube stuff. So on one hand, it's kind of a hobby, but then on the other, it's also it is kind of something I'd like to seriously pursue if I ever get the chance. So I'm trying my best and doing my best, if you know what I mean.
Voiceover is definitely something I want to pursue. I'm currently a broadcasting student, and I really want to see how many opportunities I get into that.
Yes! Voiceover is something I would so seriously love to pursue, and it is also a fun hobby. Oh man, I gotta collect myself. Hang on, let me try again. I fully believe that is my my whole life purpose, to pursue voiceover and inspire just one person to start it themselves. Just one. That is why I was put here on Earth, and I'm so convinced of it. Voiceover has continuously saved my life over and over and over again and again. It's sincerely such a driving passion and force in my existence, and I can't imagine my life without it, and I can't imagine my future not in it. And I'm so determined and stubborn and stupid to sincerely commit everything to getting behind a booth and just inspiring people and making people feel things because of my voice, because of my acting, because of everything I've worked for. Voiceover is something I sincerely consider a career and a job, but also one that I find so much joy and happiness in. I am smiling so hard talking about this shit right now. If you could see my face, you'd just know immediately where I stand. It's a career that I will be able to wake up to, and I'm gonna go to my job, and I'm gonna do my work, and I'm gonna have fun, and I'm gonna enjoy having a job because it's in voiceover. I'm repeating myself at this point, but I can't emphasize enough how much voiceover means to me and how much more it means that I can become a part of it. That is insane to me. And I hope that answers your question. I'm bouncing off the walls right now, man.
As of right now, voice acting is more of a hobby to me than anything. Eventually, I'd like to get more serious about it to turn it into a career one day, but for now, it's only good fun.
Voiceover work and, voice acting is something that I've always wanted to do. So yes, it is a dream job of mine. And I started doing stuff when I was 14. And I would like to say that although I do have fun with my friends, once I actually start pursuing it and go professional, I won't be able to do that anymore, so I'm having fun while I can now. So.
It's more of a fun hobby for me. Yeah.
To all VAs, any inspirations y'all have taken for the voice of your characters? Any role models in general?
Robbie Damon, Roger Craig Smith, Keith Silverstein, and Richard Epcar. They are the ones who inspired me to become a voice actor. I adore all of them, and I look up to them, and I have yet to have the pleasure of one-on-one physically meeting any of them. I do have a few autographs of them, but I would adore to meet all those voice actors.
I don't know about any. I don't think I've any voice characters that I've voiced have inspiration behind them, but I could definitely tell you about some role models. First of all, freaking Dennis himself. He was the main reason I started voice acting in the first place. And then also I have just general, very general role models like my dad, my mom, fucking Markiplier. I love me some Markiplier. But I mean, yeah, I just generally look up to people who are very creative and make use of that creative talent.
Role models in terms of voice acting, no, not really, but role models in general, any cool guy, I guess, I don't know. I like working out, so any buff dude, I like watching them work out, gets me pumped in the morning.
The inspiration I had for Outing was to kind of impersonate EY from Persona 5, and that was kind of the inspiration behind Outing's voice, though Outing's voice has become a little different than the voice I do for EY.
Alright, so for, I think for Tiberius, which is a character that I helped design, which was really fun, he had a few fun moments. His voice came from my rendition of Gyutaro from Demon Slayer, and before the dub came out, I came up with this voice because I thought that would be how it would sound, and funny enough, when the dub came out, it was to a T my voice exactly, so I'm just saying I did it first. But for Tiberius, I basically just did that voice that I had for Gyutaro, and it worked out really well, so that was that behind that. But for Ragnar, that one came from another character that I played, but I added some more things that made it seem a little more personal to myself, and more on the anger fun side, But those were the only inspirations I kind of got from them.
The inspirations I would say I took from Cosmo are Robbie Damon's performance as Goro Akechi in Persona 5, and Jennifer Tilly's performance as Tiffany Valentine in the Chucky series.
Not really, which is super interesting actually, because Maneater started off as my voice up a few octaves and a bit gravelly and a bit manic, and then eventually it evolved into what it is today. There was never a point where I would listen to someone else's reel and then take inspiration from that and incorporate it into my own performance. That never really happened. I have done that for other roles, of course, other roles based off of already existing characters, but usually when it comes to original characters such as Maneater, I usually just try and find a voice and then go with it, and if it doesn't work, I change it. Maneater is a very good example of how I work as a voice actor, condensed into one character. But when it comes to role models, oh my god! The entirety of Lava, Loud, Annoying, and Very Annoying, which consists of Max Middleman, Ray Chase, Robbie Damon, also Erica Harlacher. I met all 4 of them! Oh my god! Xander Mobus, Tara Strong, Tom Kenny, Roger L. Jackson, Roger Craig Smith, the entire Team Fortress 2 cast, Dennis Bateman, John Patrick Laurie, Ellen McClain, Dennis Bateman, wait, fuck! JB Blanc, Nolan North, Nathan Vetterlane, Gary Schwartz, Robin Atkin Downs. Oh man, who's not my idol? And specifically, these 3 are the most important role models in my entire life, and that would be Kirby Morrow, Billy Kometz, and Rick May. Oh my god, if I don't do things to inspire that one person to start voiceover, I do things to honor those 3 specifically. Dude, all voice actors are my idols, my role models, my inspirations, unless they've done something shitty. Red Fox, I'm looking at you. Oh man, I love voice actors. They're all my role models. I fucking love voice actors.
Aside from Ellie Rose sounding like, well, Ellie Rose from the Henry Stickmin collection, I haven't really taken inspiration from anything. I've just been kind of doing my own thing. I guess I'd say that my inspiration comes from my friends, and a lot of them work on the show. So thank you guys.
The only inspiration for a character that I play would be the Judge. I was trying to make him sound like the Judge in Ace Attorney in the anime. It's kind of what he sounds like. It's pretty funny.
Okay, so I take a lot of inspiration from Todd Habercorn.
To all VAs, any upcoming projects we can expect from you?
I currently don't have, like, me personally, like, Toppat Tomfoolery is going to keep having stuff, like, probably till we die. I can't see that, like, fully coming to a stop anytime soon anyways. But for me, I have not had anything coming up because I've just, like, you know, college is coming up. Like, as I'm recording this, I'm going to college in a week. It's insane. And me personally, I've also been doing a theater, a Broadway musical show. Well, not on Broadway, but it was a musical show that I was in Cleveland. So I've been very busy. So I guess all I can say for now, for me personally, is just, you know, stay tuned. I'm sure there'll be something soon.
You can definitely expect some of my characters to come back and Toppat Tomfoolery, and that's where you're probably going to see me again. But other than that, and my own time, not really.
Of course there are. Who do you think you're talking to? I am Hayden Productions. I always have stuff in the works. But nothing will be coming out soon because it is still in development. But stay tuned. I might have some stuff coming out.
Well, if we are sharing projects, I do have a very big YouTube video coming out in hopefully the end of the month by the name of McMullen Goes to Japan. It's a very big vlog of my 14 days in Japan, and I really like it. It's not the greatest thing, but it's something that I super appreciate. And if you just want to check me out at YouTube, you can, youtube.com/McMuller_00. That's where you can find me. I'm also going to be in this Air Animations anime Blue Lock series, so if you want to check him out, please do. He does some good animations, and I will be voicing a cool character in that, so stay tuned and check it out.
I don't want to spoil any surprises.
Not at the moment. Any projects that I'm a part of or that I'm doing aren't coming out anytime soon. But I would like to mention that my Instagram account of 4 years recently got sniped, and so I'm trying to rebuild my account and following, and I'd super appreciate if you came on by and said hi or just checked out what I'm doing on a daily basis. It would mean a lot to me. But since we are talking about projects, I would like to mention that earlier this year, I made and completed an hour-long documentary revolving around the life of Rick May, and how his existence went beyond the soldier from Team Fortress 2 or Peppy Hare from Star Fox, and how he, as an actor and an inspiration and a person, personally affected me and my journey with voiceover. And it is my pride and joy and the biggest thing I've ever done in my entire life. So I'd super appreciate if you came on by and watched it and celebrated his life with me. But other than that, just keep an ear out. I'm sure you'll hear my voice elsewhere.
As of right now, I currently don't have any upcoming projects I'm in. However, I do voice fun little memes from time to time on my Instagram at Mystique_BA.
As far as upcoming projects go, I'm at a time in life right now where I'm not sure if I can do anything. But I guess I do have something coming up with Beware of the Villainous. We're holding other projects within that people can come and be a part of. And I'll be hosting something there myself pretty soon, so give it a look, I guess. I accidentally skipped this question, but the voice that strains my voice is only Cool Joe, and he's my favorite to do aside Long Big Mac, but at the same time, going, Cool Joe, aka Mr. Cool, does strain me somewhat.
No.
Stay tuned, and you'll find out.